Hi everyone. So let's jump right into the quarterly update of my health goals. If I just start the presentation. So I've divided it into 8 sections now. I am wanting to do powerlifting, which I've not ever done before. I might have done some compound exercises, but definitely not in a structured approach. I would like to do an Ironman for the first time. I think I had it down as a triathlon in my original goals for the year. Then I want to just look at my body composition and make sure that I'm getting leaner. I have some nutrition goals, better sleep, flexibility, mobility, stability goals, and then reducing stress and also hiking, which is I'd like it to be a hobby, something fun and different, that just being outside and enjoying nature. So, regarding what I've done for my strength, so I originally just did a Google search, used ChatGPT to organize a structure for me, and I was just going to the gym with exercises written down and noting them. And I was getting that a bit, it was just a bit annoying. And so I was actually advertised a strength training app from Anatoly. So I signed on into near the, I think it was like around February, maybe end of February. So I started doing the training app, and it's definitely helped with not having to think about what I need to do for the day for my training. And I'm just going to see how that goes. It does have its bugs and annoyances. Sometimes it doesn't record the workout properly, and I go back to the app 3 days later, and it didn't record the workout as I hoped, which I did write to them, and they're quite responsive. So we'll see if they make those fixes. So I did a preliminary check on where I am with some of the compound exercises. The high bar squat, I can do 120 for 3 reps. The front bar squat, it's a bit uncomfortable, but can load up 60 kilograms and do quite a few reps, but it just feels uncomfortable on the shoulders. The low bar squat, I can't get the position of the bar right, so this will be something I need to look at. And for the bench press, I can do 100 kgs for 1 rep. And then the second and third rep, it depends on the day whether I'm able to get through it. And often I'm training with my friends, so they're able to spot me and just help with a little bit of support, definitely on that last rep. And then with deadlift, able to do 3 reps of 120. I do notice that it seems like either I'm taking too much of a squatting position at the start, or my legs are too straight. And I will take some more videos over the next 3 months for Q2 for this year, and we can look at that as well if you're curious. Then I upgraded the Ironman goal to a triathlon, but I still need to actually start training regularly each of these disciplines. At the moment, it feels like too much, and the weather was not feeling very helpful. When it's cold and rainy, I don't really want to be on the bike, so that's only the days that the weather's better that I'll take the bike to work, and then I could just also hop on the bike at the gym after a session. Running is a bit easier because I feel like I can run at any time, so at least once per week is like maybe a baseline to start with. The swimming is kind of the hardest one because I need the swimming pool to be open. There mustn't be an event where they change the lanes or just make the lanes in half. So I'll need to find a place that I can go regularly. Then I do have some composition pictures, which was part of the challenge as well. So I was asked to take a picture. So I signed up for the challenge in around February, end of February, but I think officially the challenge ran through March, and then like 1 week into April. So the timing isn't so great, but I think this is good just for me to have a look at what areas just look kind of underdeveloped, where I want to focus on. And for me, what stands out is I have this, let's see if my cursor, yeah, I think you can see it, but definitely, and I mean, I don't think I was sucking in my stomach too much. So I think I did actually lose a bit of weight around the midsection. But what I do notice is a definite anterior pelvic tilt, which I need to look at. And it kind of makes my whole body lean forward a bit. So this is something that I need to correct. And then also in general, I feel like my legs just don't look as well developed to match my upper body. So it looks like I'm more upper body dominant. And if I go to the next slide, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I actually improved even here that much, maybe the tiniest a bit, but this could even just be that the muscles are more pumped in general. If you're going consistently to the gym, I think your body kind of feels a bit more like bigger. So I'm not, to me, it doesn't look very impressive. And at the very least, I have these pictures now to compare when I've been training for much longer time, and then I can see how my body's taking shape. And if I just go back, I mean, one of the areas definitely is I'm wanting to get my posture to be a lot taller and to lose some of the weight around my midsection here. And I'll be curious when I do get a proper body scan what those results will reveal, and then I can share it with you, and then of course I can compare it after more months of training. For nutrition, so I'm actually a certified nutritionist, and in general I eat quite well, and in general I'm quite disciplined. I've done challenges just personal for myself where I've just not drank at all for a year, a few times in my lifetime that I've done this. And in general, I don't have much, although I might enjoy a carrot cake or something, I cannot eat sweets for a very long time. So these are things that really help in not taking in more calories than I need. So in general, I'm not too concerned about this. However, what I am curious about is how much more I'll need to eat, and also just see how much protein I'm eating per day, because this is something that is known as an increase in protein intake when you're training more, especially strength training. And then if I'm wanting to change my composition, I can't be eating too much. So I will be tracking my calories too. And then, so work can be quite stressful, and I will have to make sure that I'm having breakfast, having lunch, and not just working so much that I'm skipping a meal, or I'm going to bed and I haven't eaten enough for the day. So these are things that it's okay. If you're not training very much, then it feels like you can get by with less food, but I want to see how this all changes and how my body responds when I'm training more methodically, and especially trying to put on more muscle and get stronger. So, sleep. This is like always an area where I'm struggling with, because I feel that I want to do a lot in my life in general. So sleeping to me feels, and it's like you're not accomplishing anything. It's kind of crazy, because actually if you're not getting enough sleep, then you don't perform as well the next day. So this is an area that I've definitely struggled with, and I do want to make sure that I'm getting 7.5 hours of sleep, hoping that it's maybe if it's hour and a half per sleep cycle, then it's meant to be 5 sleep cycles. Although when I look at some of the data in my Fitbit, it doesn't always look like 4 deep sleeps. I start talking about sleep and I start yawning. That's great. So Google took over Fitbit, and maybe already last year, but it seems like they only started doing major updates this year. And so one of the things was their app update changes, and it kind of seemed like it tells me that I've been getting more sleep than I was recording before. But if we look here, it's still below the 7.5 hours, and I don't see any upward trend. So I'll definitely have to keep looking at this for the next quarter and see if there's any improvements or not. Then for my mobility, which some of this gets revealed in the training as well, but I notice there. Why do I yawn so much when I'm doing this? So for mobility, it is so for so when I'm training, I'm hoping that it will reveal some of the weaknesses, and then I can correct it as I go along. There's definitely issues with my hips, where I'm just not very mobile. So for mobility, I'm hoping that just through my training, it's going to reveal my weaknesses. And some things I already think will be an issue. So don't feel very mobile, and I just in general feel tight around the hips. So sitting cross-legged on the floor is not very comfortable for me. I don't have a good posture when I do that. I feel like, at least on my right knee, I'm carrying the smallest a bit of a type of injury, but it's odd because I can still lift quite heavy. I can still go for a run, but it kind of feels like my right knee feels different to my left, where my left just feels normal and healthy. And then, I mean, from playing rugby at school, I had many sprained ankles, and I suspect that I might have some limited ankle mobility, but we will see with the squat if that affects the squat or not. So I'm not too sure yet how to proceed with the mobility, and this is an area that I'll be learning. So it's a case of kind of educating myself and learning more what exercises are specific for example, tendon strength, or for improved stretch that is different to a regular kind of a muscle exercise. Then for stress, I mean, I've done a lot of meditation before, which I know is helpful. I've read books on philosophy, or like self-improvement books, that some of them just in understanding a bit more of like why you get upset, or why you get frustrated, or how to handle anger, or how to show up better in relationships. All of these things can definitely make your living just better and overall. And so this can, and also just like things like being more productive and focused at work. So there are ways that some of the stresses you can handle it better, and then also internally you can change how you view some of the things that go wrong in your life. And I will see which of these I might draw on, or just in general, how am I showing up, first of all. And of course, just getting outside when the weather's good and going for a walk. I mean, I was in the park earlier today when I was having lunch. These are things that you can do, and it just seems to just bring your mind just calms it that much more, or enough to kind of handle things better. And then for my hiking mountains goal, so I do have one idea in mind, is hiking Mont Blanc. And then there's actually a tour as well. So there's a long, I mean, people do it maybe in 4 days as an ultra marathon, and then you could hike it in around, I don't know, 8, 9 to 14 days. And then there's the Mont Blanc mountain itself. So all of this is quite attracts me, and I will see if this will be possible to do this year. So, just all in all, I at least started a weekly training program for strength training, and I've started going into tracking, for example, my sleep, and at least looking into what else I could use to track some of my other goals. And Ironman at the moment feels far away, especially because of the swimming portion, but it is something that I want to do within the next 3 to 4 years. And then just taking some photos. And I suspect also that, for example, taking other measurements or getting a scan will help in this. And then I did actually expect my weight to come down, but it looks like either just I'm still haven't done a good job of knowing exactly how many calories I need depending on my training. Maybe I just started eating more as a result. So this is something I have to have a look at. And ideally I need to be swimming once a week, which I haven't been. And some of these other areas where it comes to stress or hiking or doing a mobility plan, I mean, I'd have to research and then create something and then take it from there. And overall, just having some type of structure, and whether using, I mean, what helped me definitely is just having an app and just being able to arrive at the gym and just be told this is what you need to do for how much, and you're able to quickly check what you did last week. I mean, I guess people can do that in so many different formats. You could have it written down and printed out, or have it as a page or something. And for me right now, the app is working really well. Just in general, I guess, because you always have your phone, having something on your phone that you can just quickly check off, that's definitely helpful. And yeah, I just need to keep going and chat to you in 3 months. And unfortunately, I'm actually shooting this video a bit later than I wanted, so the next video is going to come quite soon as I wrap up Q2, but this is how I was at the end of the 3 months. Thank you for watching.